So we created 4 scenarios. You look, I'll be honest with you. I sound a little biased, do you think? Do I have an attitude? Probably. And so, I keep doing this like there's something there. And I'll admit to you, I am. But it's because I've done enough of these analyses, and I always see similar results. But we try to be really straightforward, and the computer model that we've developed has been tested in various communities across the country and literally peer-reviewed ad nauseum by cynics and people who don't like the results and don't want to acknowledge the results. And so it's a kind of bulletproof analysis. And the technique we use is to say, okay, let's posit different futures and let's measure their impacts honestly, empirically, and let's just digest the results. You guys can do whatever you want with these results. I have my opinion about what you should do, but I don't even live here, so I don't count. The question is what you decide to do with these results and how you think about them. They're just information, but they are honest information. So we said, let's take one scenario and just say the past trends are projected on an even line into the future. You build the same kind of stuff you've always been building. You make no policy changes. You make no land use changes. You just continue. The second one is the planned future, which is actually a reflection of the new zoning and master plans in each community and all the pipeline projects and subdivisions that are already out there. The third one, focused growth, is really dominated, and I'll show you this, by compact development, some urban infill. And to a certain degree, what we discovered, and we did shape it around this idea, that it fits the demographic market. It's a more coherent response to the housing demand that I've described earlier. The fourth one, maximum infill, is really saying, what if you chase this notion of the innovation economy, that urban environments, vital, strong urban environments, generate the next generation of jobs in ways that other places don't. And so those are the 4, and each one is viable, each one is interesting, and we'll look at the results. And these describe them. Existing, your 85% standard low-density suburban. Trends, obviously, almost identical. The plans already that you have in place in this region are beginning to shift towards compact, which is the 28% there. And then focus, where we really kind of let that dominate. And this is for the increment. This isn't for everybody. This is for the new housing, the new 300,000 units that are coming. It's not for the whole population. 84% compact. Now remember, compact is bungalows, single family, small lot, townhouse, apartments. It's a mix of everything. It's not just one thing. And then D, the 27% urban, is really saying, well, focus a lot of the regional energy in the downtown and really create one of those cities that becomes a global magnet for the intelligence worker. Now, what happens, and this is very important, when you blend that 30 years of growth with your existing housing stock, you end up with still close to 60% in standard suburban environments. So we're not abandoning the American dream. It's still there. It's just in proportion to the demand that's out there. It's not been left behind in any stretch of the imagination. So these two things, this is the increment, and this is what happens after the increment has been blended with existing. So a lot of people say, you're against a single-family home. No, there's plenty of single-family homes. Maybe we overbuilt it, is the only question I ask, and maybe that had something to do with 2008, but that's a whole nother discussion I don't want to get into. See, this gets even more boring as it goes on. Right? You'll have to bear with me. But you really got to be a nerd for planning to sit through one of these talks. I don't even know what the hell this one is. See, Joe, there's just too much information. You can only put so much information on a slide. This is the 4 scenarios, and it's broken down not by by place type, but just to make things complicated and nuanced, it's by building type. So there's a proportion of multifamily, townhouse is the light blue, small lot is the nice blue, because we like that, and large lot, and this is for the new growth. So you can see what's happening here. It's basically, these are the programs that populate the computer model to generate the results. Okay, so that's what those four scenarios are.